Hey everyone, it's Crazy M, and this time I'm here with the fourth part of my PDW guide, and today we're looking at the M5K. And first of all, I want to apologize for not uploading that much recently. I've had a lot to do for school, but that should be over now, so there should be more uploads in the future. Anyway, so let's take a look at the gun. Basically, the first thing we gotta say, if we compare to the MP7, there are a few significant differences, because you might think they're quite the same, both close range hipfire guns, but there are some differences. First of all, the M5K got a higher damage, so the MP7 comes in at 20 damage and the M5K at 25, which means it's got a faster time to kill in close range. And so yeah, but what are the disadvantages on the M5K? Because from that point of view, it should be better. First off, it got less accuracy and the recoil is different. So the recoil on the MP7 is pretty much a lot of horizontal recoil and a little bit of vertical recoil, while the M5K has lesser horizontal recoil but more vertical recoil. So this kind of balances out again in the end, but still the MP7 get a greater hipfire accuracy. So let's take a look at the bullet patterns and the recoil patterns. At first we can look in the M5K naked, and this one's with the extended mags, so you gotta kind of somewhere have those bullet patterns to get an idea what it is without extended mags. The M5K comes with 21 rounds, extended mags buffs them up to 31, so that's the difference to the MP7 as well. The MP7 can carry up to 41 rounds with extended mags. So as we look at it, the accuracy over range is really not that well. I mean, the first two bullets are quite alright, so if you really burst fire it really shortly, you're gonna be able to hit those shots, but anyway, it's gonna be 8-shot kill at longer ranges, so there's not a lot you can do at long ranges with the M5K. With a laser sight attached, the whole thing looks better at the hipfire again, and this is still a beast at the hipfire, and it's really a viable option. So let's look at the flash suppressor, and this is actually the one of the times where I say that flash suppressor isn't that bad in the end. It helps you sometimes with the vertical recoil, which the M5K got quite a bit, but you really should put a laser pointer on there to get that hipfire accuracy back. And even at longer ranges this sometimes helps, but it also adds in a little bit of random bullet deviation. So no, it doesn't really help at longer ranges, but if you feel like you need it for the recoil, you can go with that. But you do sacrifice extended mags, and that's why I don't really like it, because I feel the M5K really needs those extended mags, because normally in close quarters engagements you're gonna run into multiple enemies at once. The next and the last attachment is the sound suppressor or the silencer, and this is something that I quite like on this weapon because it has that higher damage. It does perform pretty well with a silencer, and as we see, hipfire is rather bad with a laser pointer, but the other patterns are not that bad, and it's actually quite good. And if you look at it, the first 3 bullets on the 10mm ADS are not too far from each other, and so yeah, I think with a laser pointer attached the hipfire gets quite good again, and everything else is quite alright. I found myself doing quite good over range as well, so you might think it's not that good, but I found that the silencer actually helped me over ranges, which sounds quite weird, but that's what I found out. Another thing that I want to add is, if you have those, it doesn't really matter on which setup you play. If you go for long range shots, you really gotta find out how to burst it well. It is a little bit different for every attachment, but I would say with no attachment, if the silencer is shorter bursts, and with a flash suppressor you gotta go for those micro bursts, like do a 5 round and then stop just shortly to let the gun reset. So yeah, that's a little bit that I played around with, and if you can manage to find out how to best get around with the recoil, it actually gets quite alright over range. But still, the true power of the M5K is the close quarter engagements, and it does handle them really well. So yeah guys, this has been it for this part of the PDW guide. Check out the other ones if you want to see them, and yeah, the next parts are gonna be up, I guess, pretty soon. I hope that I can do them more what the heck, I'm missing a word again. Anyway, I'm gonna be trying to do more of those. And yeah, if you like what you saw, please leave a like. If you want to know something or just want to give your opinion, leave a comment. And if you want to see more of that, subscribe. So yeah, I wish you a nice day, and I'll see you next time.